Rand ID 0 FBA. Before diving into Maya's world and the high-stakes situation she unwittingly stumbles into, it's crucial to understand the narrative structure we're aiming for. This isn't just a simple action film. It's a ticking clock thriller where every moment counts. The outline provided will act as our roadmap, ensuring the story progresses logically and maintains a relentless pace to keep the audience engaged. The intention is to construct a narrative that feels both believable and exciting. Believable in the sense that Maya's hacking abilities, while extraordinary, are grounded in a recognizable reality of the digital age. Exciting in the sense that the consequences she faces are suitably dramatic and dangerous, warranting the intervention of someone like Jason Statham's character. The structure is designed to quickly establish the core conflict, Maya's accidental discovery and the immediate threat to her life. This is followed by the introduction of Statham, who serves as her protector and guide. The subsequent chase and evasion sequences will be punctuated by moments of character development, revealing both Maya's resilience and Statham's haunted past. The midpoint of the story will involve a significant escalation, likely Maya's capture, raising the stakes and forcing Statham to undertake a daring rescue mission. The climax will center around the successful upload of the data and the final confrontation with the primary antagonist. The resolution will not only tie up the loose ends of the conspiracy but also provide a sense of closure for both Maya and Statham, albeit in different ways. Maya will find a new purpose, while Statham will find a fleeting moment of redemption before returning to his solitary existence. Ultimately, the success of this story hinges on the careful balancing of action, suspense, and character development, all within the constraints of a 60-minute timeframe. The outline will serve as a flexible guide, allowing for improvisation and creative flourishes, but always keeping the core narrative goals in sight, to deliver a thrilling and satisfying cinematic experience. We will be using this outline as a reference as we build the story moment by moment. Rand ID F1D1. Now, let's bring Maya to life. We open on her in her element. A dimly lit room, the glow of multiple monitors illuminating her face. The air is thick with the scent of stale pizza and energy drinks. Wires snake across the desk, connecting a chaotic array of hardware. This isn't just a bedroom. It's her digital playground, her fortress of solitude. Maya, 16, is a whirlwind of nervous energy. Her fingers fly across the keyboard, a blur of motion as she navigates complex lines of code. She's dressed in oversized hoodies and ripped jeans, her hair a vibrant, deliberately messy explosion of color. She's the embodiment of teenage rebellion. But beneath the surface lies a sharp intellect and a burning curiosity. Tonight's target: the security system of a local bank. Not to steal money, of course. Just to prove she can. It's a game to her, a test of skill. She sees the world as a puzzle, and firewalls are simply the next challenge to be conquered. As she bypasses the initial layers of security, a mischievous grin spreads across her face. She's toying with them, leaving digital breadcrumbs that spell out her online handle, Nix. It's her signature, a taunt to the system administrators who will inevitably discover her intrusion. She's not driven by malice, but by a need to prove herself, to demonstrate her abilities in the real world. She feels invisible, overlooked, but online, she's a force to be reckoned with. She penetrates the final layer of the bank's firewall, gaining access to their internal network. She could wreak havoc, steal sensitive information, but that's not her goal. Instead, she simply leaves a digital graffiti tag on their server, a pixelated image of a winking cat. Satisfied with her handiwork, she logs off, erasing her tracks with practiced ease. She leans back in her chair, a feeling of exhilaration washing over her. Another system conquered, another challenge met. Little does she know, this seemingly harmless act of digital mischief will have unforeseen and devastating consequences, drawing her into a world of danger and intrigue far beyond her wildest imagination. The bank's firewall was merely a stepping stone to something far more sinister, a gateway to a conspiracy that will soon threaten her very existence. Rand ID, a sixta. Emboldened by her success at the bank, Maya seeks a bigger challenge. She stumbles upon a dark web forum, a digital den of illicit activities. Amidst the usual chatter of hackers and cybercriminals, She finds whispers of a legendary firewall, a system so secure that it's rumored to be impenetrable. It's known only as the Citadel. The whispers are enough to pique Maya's interest. She's drawn to the challenge, the allure of conquering the unconquerable. It's not about the potential rewards. It's about the sheer thrill of the chase. Her arrogance, fueled by her recent success, blinds her to the potential dangers. She begins her reconnaissance, meticulously gathering information about the Citadel. She spends days poring over leaked data, analyzing network traffic, and reverse engineering security protocols. The more she learns, the more intrigued she becomes. The Citadel is unlike anything she's ever encountered, a fortress of digital security built with cutting-edge technology and guarded by sophisticated countermeasures. Despite the risks, Maya is determined to breach it. She sees it as the ultimate test of her skills, the validation she craves. She crafts custom exploits, meticulously designed to exploit vulnerabilities in the Citadel's defenses. She works tirelessly, fueled by caffeine and adrenaline, pushing herself to the limit. Finally, after weeks of preparation, she's ready. She launches her attack, unleashing her arsenal of digital weapons against the Citadel's defenses. The system fights back, throwing up firewalls and triggering intrusion detection systems. But Maya is relentless, weaving her way through the digital maze, exploiting every weakness she can find. Slowly, painstakingly, she begins to make progress. She bypasses the outer layers of security, breaching the inner sanctum of the Citadel. As she delves deeper, she discovers that the system is not what she expected. It's not protecting valuable assets or trade secrets. Instead, it's guarding something far more dangerous: evidence. Evidence of a vast conspiracy, a network of corruption and deceit that reaches the highest levels of power. Maya has stumbled upon something she was never meant to see, a secret that powerful people will stop at nothing to protect. She has cracked the wrong firewall, and now she's in grave danger. Rand ID AF-37. The data Maya unearths within the Citadel is a Pandora's box of corruption and deceit. It's not just about money laundering or political maneuvering. It's far more sinister. The files contain irrefutable proof of assassinations, illegal arms deals, and the manipulation of global events to benefit a select few. The names attached to these activities are not just CEOs or politicians. They are individuals who wield immense power on a global scale. Heads of state, influential media moguls, and shadowy figures who operate from behind the scenes. Maya realizes she has stumbled upon a conspiracy that could shake the foundations of the world order as she pieces together the fragmented data. A chilling realization dawns upon her. This isn't just a game anymore. This is real, and the stakes are higher than she could have ever imagined. The people involved in this conspiracy are not the kind to let a loose end like her remain alive. That a wave of fear washes over her, replacing the exhilaration she felt just moments before. That she's not just a hacker anymore. She's a target. She understands that her life is now in imminent danger. The digital world suddenly feels very small, and her skills, once a source of pride, now feel like a liability. She frantically tries to cover her tracks, deleting logs and wiping her hard drives, but she knows it's likely too late. They know she was there, they know she saw the data, and they will be coming for her. She looks around her room, her sanctuary, and sees it in a new light. That it's no longer a safe haven. It's a trap. She needs to get out, to disappear, to find someone who can protect her. But who can she trust? The police. They are likely compromised. Her parents. They wouldn't understand, and she wouldn't want to put them in danger. That she's alone, facing a threat that is far beyond her capabilities. She frantically searches online for any information that might help her, any clue about who she's up against. She finds whispers of a legendary operative, a ghost in the machine, a man who specializes in protecting those who are hunted by powerful enemies. His name is Jason Statham. But finding him will be a challenge in itself, and even if she does, there's no guarantee he'll help her. Rand ID CE6F. The discovery of Maya's intrusion sends shockwaves through the highest echelons of the conspiracy. The exposed data is a ticking time bomb, capable of dismantling their entire operation and bringing them all crashing down. Swift and decisive action is required. A clandestine meeting is held in a secure location, far from prying eyes. The decision is made. Maya must be eliminated, and all traces of the data she accessed must be erased. The task is entrusted to the cleaner, a ruthless operative, known for his efficiency and discretion. The cleaner assembles his team, a group of highly skilled assassins, each with their own unique expertise. They are specialists in covert operations, trained to eliminate targets with ruthless precision and leave no trace behind. They are the best in the business, and they are utterly loyal to the cleaner and his mission. Their methods are brutal and effective. They utilize cutting-edge technology and old-fashioned tactics, seamlessly blending digital surveillance with physical intimidation. They are experts in infiltration, assassination, and information control. The cleaner is a cold and calculating individual, driven by a sense of duty and a desire to maintain order, albeit a twisted version of it. He believes that the ends justify the means, and he is willing to do whatever it takes to protect the interests of his employers. He sees Maya not as a teenage girl, but as a threat to national security, a loose end that must be tied up. The team moves quickly, utilizing their vast network of contacts and resources to track Maya's digital footprint. They identify her location within hours and begin to close in. They are methodical and relentless, leaving no room for error. They are not just after Maya. They are also after the data she accessed. They know that she may have made copies or shared the information with others. They must ensure that every trace of the conspiracy is erased, that no one can expose their secrets. As the assassins close in on Maya, the clock is ticking. She is running out of time, and her only hope lies in finding Jason Statham, the legendary operative who may be her only chance of survival. But even if she finds him, there's no guarantee he can protect her from the relentless force that is now hunting her. Rand ID 73F9. Meanwhile, miles away from Maya's chaotic world, Jason Statham's character, John Bishop, a name he now uses, lives a solitary existence. He's a ghost, a shadow of his former self. His cabin is nestled deep in the remote wilderness, far from the reach of civilization. He's deliberately cut himself off from the world, haunted by the ghosts of his past. His days are filled with routine. Chopping wood, fishing, maintaining his secluded home, he seeks solace in the simplicity of nature, trying to outrun the memories that plague him. Flashbacks haunt him. Images of fallen comrades, failed missions, and the innocent lives lost because of his actions. He was once a highly decorated Special Forces operative, the best of the best. But the horrors he witnessed and the decisions he made have left him scarred, both physically and emotionally. He carries the weight of the world on his shoulders, a burden he can never truly escape. His only connection to the outside world is a battered satellite phone, a relic from his past life. He uses it sparingly, only to check in with a trusted contact, a former colleague who knows his location and respects his need for solitude. One morning, the satellite phone rings, shattering the tranquility of his secluded world. It's his contact, warning him that something is coming, something he needs to be aware of. A cryptic message is relayed. Nix, Citadel, compromised. The words trigger something deep within him. He recognizes the code names, remnants from his past life. He knows that Citadel refers to a highly classified operation, one that he was once intimately involved with. Nix, he assumes, is the hacker who breached it. He doesn't know the details, but he understands that whoever compromised the Citadel is in serious danger. And for reasons he can't fully explain, he feels compelled to help. It's a flicker of his old self, a sense of duty that he thought he had buried long ago. He knows that getting involved will mean risking his carefully constructed peace, exposing himself to the very forces he has been trying to escape. But he can't ignore the call. He knows that if he doesn't act, innocent lives will be lost. He packs a bag, gathering his weapons and supplies. He's rusty, but his skills are still sharp. He's a survivor, and he knows how to protect himself and others. He prepares to leave his sanctuary, stepping back into the world of danger and intrigue, driven by a need to atone for the sins of his past. He knows this path will lead him directly to Maya. RAN ID 6853. Back in Maya's world, the assassins have located her apartment. They move with practiced efficiency, disabling the security cameras and cutting the power to the building. The silence is deafening, broken only by the sound of their footsteps as they ascend the stairs. Maya, still frantically searching for a way to contact Statham, hears a faint noise outside her door. Her hacker instincts kick in. She checks her security system, a makeshift network of webcams and motion sensors she rigged up herself. The cameras are down, but the motion sensors are triggered. Someone is outside. She knows it's not the pizza delivery guy. This is it, they found her. Panic sets in, but she forces herself to think clearly. She can't fight them head-on. She needs to use her wits, her skills. She quickly activates a series of countermeasures she's prepared for just such an event. She triggers a smoke machine, filling her apartment with a thick, blinding fog. She activates a series of strobe lights, creating a disorienting effect as the assassins breach her door. They are met with a wall of smoke and flashing lights. They are momentarily disoriented, giving Maya the precious seconds she needs to escape. She slips out a back window, using a fire escape to climb down to the alley below. She's nimble and agile, moving quickly through the shadows. She knows the neighborhood like the back of her hand, using her knowledge of the back alleys and hidden passages to evade her pursuers. The assassins are hot on her trail, their training and experience evident in their relentless pursuit. They are closing in, but Maya is resourceful. She uses her hacking skills to her advantage, remotely manipulating traffic lights to create gridlock, disrupting their pursuit. She hacks into the city's surveillance cameras, using them to monitor the assassins' movements and stay one step ahead. She leads them on a wild goose chase through the city, utilizing her knowledge of the urban landscape to her advantage. She's not just running. She's fighting back, using her skills to disrupt their plans and buy herself time. But she knows it's only a matter of time before they catch her. She's outgunned and outmatched. She needs help, and she needs it now as she ducks into a crowded subway station. She makes one last desperate attempt to contact Jason Statham. She sends a coded message through a secure channel, hoping against hope that he will receive it in time. RAND ID 5734. Maya's coded message reaches John Bishop just as he arrives in the city. He decodes it quickly, recognizing the subway station as her location. He moves with a sense of urgency, his instincts honed by years of training. He knows that time is of the essence. He arrives at the subway station, scanning the crowd for any sign of Maya or her pursuers. He spots her immediately, huddled in a corner, looking terrified. The assassins are closing in, their presence masked by the anonymity of the crowd. Without hesitation, Bishop intervenes. He moves swiftly and silently, taking down two of the assassins with brutal efficiency. His movements are precise and lethal, a testament to his years of training. He uses his environment to his advantage, utilizing the crowded platform as cover. The remaining assassins realize they've been compromised and open fire. Chaos erupts in the subway station as commuters scramble for cover. Bishop shields Maya, guiding her through the chaos as he engages the assassins in a deadly firefight. He's outnumbered and outgunned, but he's a force to be reckoned with. He uses his tactical skills to outmaneuver his opponents, utilizing the tight confines of the subway station to his advantage. He disarms them, incapacitates them, and eliminates them with ruthless precision. The action is fast-paced and intense, a whirlwind of bullets, explosions, and hand-to-hand combat. Bishop moves with a sense of purpose, his focus solely on protecting Maya. He's not just fighting for her life, he's fighting for redemption, a chance to atone for the sins of his past. He demonstrates his lethal skills, showcasing his mastery of firearms, martial arts, and tactical combat. He's a one-man army, capable of taking on multiple opponents and emerging victorious. As the firefight subsides, the remaining assassins are either dead or incapacitated. The subway station is a scene of carnage, a testament to the brutality of the conflict. Bishop grabs Maya, pulling her away from the chaos. He knows they're not safe yet. The cleaner will send more assassins, and they will be even more determined. They need to get out of the city, to find a safe place where they can regroup and plan their next move as they escape the subway station. Maya looks at Bishop with a mixture of fear and gratitude. She's just witnessed firsthand the extent of his skills and the danger she's in. She knows that he's her only hope, her only chance of survival. She sees in his eyes a determination and a protectiveness that gives her a glimmer of hope. RAND ID 87B0. Escaping the subway carnage, Bishop and Maya find temporary refuge in a safe house, a hidden location known only to a select few. The safe house is sparsely furnished but secure, equipped with surveillance systems and emergency supplies. It's a place to catch their breath and plan their next move. The air is thick with tension. Maya is still reeling from the events of the past few hours, her mind racing with fear and uncertainty. Bishop is stoic and focused, his eyes constantly scanning their surroundings. He's a man of few words, but his actions speak volumes, and an uneasy alliance forms between them. They are two very different people, from two very different worlds, brought together by extraordinary circumstances. Maya is a teenage hacker, accustomed to the digital world, while Bishop is a hardened operative, skilled in the art of combat and survival. Bishop is reluctant to get involved. He spent years trying to escape his past, to find peace and solitude. He doesn't want to be dragged back into the world of violence and intrigue. But he knows he can't abandon Maya. He sees in her a spark of innocence, a vulnerability that reminds him of everything he's lost. Maya pleads with him to help her. She explains the conspiracy, the data she accessed, and the danger they are both in. She knows that she can't expose the truth on her own. She needs his protection, his skills. Bishop is hesitant, but he can't deny the truth in her words. He knows that the conspiracy is real, that the people involved are ruthless and dangerous. He knows that if he doesn't help her, the truth will be buried, and innocent lives will be lost. He reluctantly agrees to protect her, but on one condition. She has to upload the data, expose the conspiracy, and then disappear. He doesn't want to be involved any longer than necessary. He wants to help her achieve her goal and then return to his solitary existence. Maya agrees to his terms. She knows that uploading the data is the only way to stop the conspiracy and clear her name. She's willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means risking her life. They form a plan. Maya will use her hacking skills to find a secure server and upload the data, while Bishop will provide her with protection and support. They know it will be a dangerous mission, but they are determined to succeed. Their lives, and the fate of the world, depend on it. Rand ID 72F7. With the uneasy alliance formed, the race against time truly begins. They know they can't stay in the safe house for long. The cleaners team will be closing in. They need to find a secure location to upload the data, but every step they take is fraught with danger. Thus begins a globe-trotting chase, a desperate attempt to stay one step ahead of the relentless assassins. They utilize various modes of transportation, from high-speed trains to cargo ships, from private jets to dilapidated motorcycles. Each location offers a temporary sanctuary, but the threat of discovery is ever-present. Statham's tactical expertise is crucial to their survival. He's a master of disguise, a skilled navigator, and a deadly combatant. He anticipates the assassins' moves, setting traps and ambushes to slow them down. He uses his knowledge of covert operations to evade surveillance and infiltrate secure locations. Maya's hacking skills are equally vital. She uses her abilities to access security systems, manipulate traffic patterns, and disrupt communications. She's constantly searching for a secure server to upload the data, but the cleaners team is always one step ahead, shutting down potential avenues and tightening the net around them. The chase takes them to exotic locations around the world. The bustling streets of Hong Kong, the snow-capped mountains of Switzerland, the ancient ruins of Rome. Each location offers a unique set of challenges and opportunities. They are constantly evading the assassins, engaging in high-speed car chases, intense firefights, and close-quarters combat. Statham's skills are tested to their limits as he protects Maya from the relentless onslaught. The cleaners team is relentless, utilizing all their resources and expertise to track them down. They are experts in surveillance, infiltration, and assassination. They are closing in, and Maya and Statham are running out of time. Despite the constant danger, a bond begins to form between Maya and Statham. They learn to trust each other, to rely on each other's strengths. Maya sees in Statham a protector, a father figure, while Statham sees in Maya a spark of hope, a chance to redeem himself as they continue their desperate flight. Maya realizes that uploading the data is not just about exposing the conspiracy. It's about saving her own life. And Statham realizes that protecting Maya is not just about fulfilling a duty. It's about finding a purpose, a reason to keep fighting. Rand ID D47C. Throughout their desperate flight, fragmented flashbacks offer glimpses into Statham's tragic past. illuminating his motivations and revealing why he feels such a strong compulsion to protect Maya. These glimpses are not presented as extended exposition dumps, but rather as brief, visceral moments triggered by specific events or locations. One flashback shows a younger bishop leading a covert operation in a war-torn country. He's tasked with extracting a high-value target, but the mission goes horribly wrong. An ambush leads to the death of his entire team. Leaving him the sole survivor, he's haunted by the faces of his fallen comrades, the weight of their loss crushing him. Another flashback reveals a close relationship with a young girl, similar in age to Maya. She was the daughter of a fellow operative, and Bishop had become her unofficial guardian. But she was caught in the crossfire of a mission, an innocent victim of the violence he had sworn to protect. Her death shattered him, leaving him with a deep-seated guilt. These flashbacks explain why Bishop is so reluctant to get involved, yet so determined to protect Maya. He sees in her a chance to atone for the sins of his past, to save someone he couldn't save before. He's driven by a need to protect the innocent, to prevent another tragedy from occurring. The flashbacks also reveal the origin of his skills and expertise. He was trained to be a weapon, a tool of the government, but he ultimately became disillusioned with the violence and corruption he witnessed. He tried to escape that life, to find peace and solitude. But his past continues to haunt him as he protects Maya. He's not just fighting the assassins. He's fighting his own demons, his own regrets. He's trying to prove to himself that he's not just a killer, that he's capable of compassion and redemption. These glimpses into Statham's past add depth and complexity to his character, transforming him from a generic action hero into a flawed and relatable human being. They explain his motivations and make his actions all the more compelling. They reveal the burden he carries and the sacrifices he's willing to make to protect Maya. They show that this isn't just a mission, it's a personal quest for redemption. Rand ID 0178. Amidst the constant threat of capture and the adrenaline-fueled escapes, Maya doesn't abandon her skills. While Statham handles the physical threats, Maya is a digital ghost, using her hacking abilities to keep them one step ahead and to further unravel the conspiracy they're fighting against. She hacks into security systems to gain access to restricted areas, manipulates traffic cameras to monitor the assassins' movements, and intercepts communications to anticipate their next move. Her hacking skills are not just a means of survival. They are a weapon, a way to fight back against the powerful forces arrayed against them. As she delves deeper into the digital world, she uncovers more details about the conspiracy and the individuals involved. She discovers hidden bank accounts, secret meetings, and incriminating emails. She pieces together the puzzle, revealing the full extent of the corruption and deceit. She learns that the conspiracy is not just about money and power. It's about control. The individuals involved are manipulating global events to achieve their own sinister goals, with no regard for the consequences. She identifies the key players in the conspiracy, the individuals who are pulling the strings from behind the scenes. She uncovers their backgrounds, their motivations, and their weaknesses. She uses this information to her advantage, exploiting their vulnerabilities to disrupt their plans. She also discovers that the conspiracy has infiltrated law enforcement, agencies, and government organizations, making it difficult to trust anyone. She realizes that they are fighting a war on two fronts, one against the assassins who are trying to kill them, and another against the powerful forces who are trying to silence them. With each piece of information she uncovers, the stakes become higher. She knows that they are getting closer to the truth, but she also knows that they are putting themselves in even greater danger. The Cleaners team is becoming more aggressive, more determined to eliminate them. Despite the risks, Maya refuses to back down. She's driven by a sense of justice, a desire to expose the truth and bring the conspirators to justice. She knows that she can't do it alone. She needs Statham's protection and support as they continue their desperate flight. Maya's hacking skills become increasingly vital to their survival. She's not just a teenage hacker anymore. She's a digital warrior, fighting for truth and justice in a world of deceit and corruption. She's a force to be reckoned with, and she's determined to win. Rand ID 42A2. Their luck finally runs out. After weeks of evading capture, a carefully orchestrated trap is sprung. While attempting to access a secure network in a remote location, Maya is ambushed. Statham fights valiantly, But he's outnumbered and outgunned. He manages to create a diversion, allowing Maya to escape, but she is ultimately captured by the assassins. Statham is devastated. He's failed to protect her, and he knows that her capture is a major setback. He knows that the cleaner will stop at nothing to extract the data from her, and he fears for her safety. He tracks the assassins to their headquarters, a heavily fortified compound hidden deep within an industrial complex. It's a fortress, protected by layers of security, armed guards, and advanced surveillance technology. Infiltrating it will be a suicide mission, but Statham has no choice. He can't abandon Maya. He knows that she's his responsibility, and he's determined to rescue her, no matter the cost. He spends hours studying the compound's layout, analyzing its security protocols, and identifying its weaknesses. He devises a plan, a daring and audacious scheme to infiltrate the headquarters and rescue Maya. He knows that he'll be facing overwhelming odds, but he's confident in his skills and his abilities. He's a one-man army, and he's ready to take on the entire organization. He gathers his weapons and equipment, preparing for the most dangerous mission of his life. He knows that this may be the end of the line, but he's willing to risk everything to save Maya. Under the cover of darkness, he launches his assault. He uses his stealth and cunning to bypass the outer layers of security, silently eliminating the guards and disabling the surveillance systems. He moves with precision and purpose, his movements honed by years of training. As he penetrates deeper into the compound, he encounters increasing resistance. He engages in intense firefights, utilizing his combat skills to overcome the assassins. He's outnumbered, but he's not outmatched. He's a force to be reckoned with, and he's determined to reach Maya. He knows that her life depends on it. Rand ID B56D. Statham's rescue mission is a symphony of calculated violence and strategic brilliance. He doesn't just barge in guns blazing. He uses his knowledge of the compound and his understanding of the assassins' tactics to his advantage. He turns their own security systems against them, creating diversions and exploiting vulnerabilities. He uses his combat skills to eliminate the guards, employing a variety of techniques, from stealthy takedowns to brutal hand-to-hand combat. He's a master of improvisation, using whatever is at hand as a weapon. He's a force of nature, unstoppable and relentless. He uses his strategic thinking to outmaneuver the assassins, setting traps and ambushes to thin their ranks. He anticipates their movements, predicting their responses and exploiting their weaknesses. He's a master strategist, always thinking several steps ahead. He uses Maya's hacking skills to his advantage, accessing security cameras and manipulating electronic systems to create chaos and confusion. He turns the compound into a digital battlefield, using Maya's skills to disrupt the assassin's plans and pave the way for his rescue. As he progresses deeper into the compound, he faces increasingly difficult challenges. He encounters heavily armed guards, sophisticated security systems, and cunning traps. He's forced to push himself to the limit, relying on his skills and his instincts to survive. He encounters the cleaner, the ruthless operative who is leading the assassins. They engage in a brutal and intense confrontation, a battle of wits and strength. They are evenly matched, but Statham's determination and his unwavering focus on rescuing Maya give him the edge. He overcomes the cleaner, incapacitating him and leaving him for the authorities. He then continues his search for Maya. Knowing that time is running out, he finally reaches the room where Maya is being held captive. He bursts in, engaging the remaining guards in a final firefight. He eliminates them with ruthless precision, clearing the way for Maya's rescue. He finds Maya shaken but unharmed. He frees her from her restraints, and they prepare to escape the compound. They know that they are not safe yet. The compound is still swarming with assassins, but they are together, and they are determined to make it out alive. Rand ID 5EB. Despite Statham's heroic efforts, their escape from the compound is far from assured as they fight their way through the remaining assassins. They are cornered in a high-security server room. The doors are sealed, and the assassins are closing in. They are trapped, with no way out. Statham prepares for a final stand, determined to protect Maya until his last breath. But Maya has another idea. She realizes that this server room is connected to a global network, a potential gateway to exposing the conspiracy to the world. She quickly assesses the situation, identifying a secure server that she can use to upload the data. She works feverishly, her fingers flying across the keyboard, bypassing security protocols and encrypting the data to prevent it from being intercepted. Statham provides her with cover, engaging the assassins in a desperate firefight. He knows that he can't hold them off forever, but he's determined to buy Maya enough time to complete her mission. The pressure is intense, the stakes higher than ever. Maya is racing against the clock, knowing that her life, and the fate of the world, depends on her success. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, she uploads the data. The files are transmitted to a secure server, exposing the conspiracy to the world. The truth is out, and there's nothing the conspirators can do to stop it.as. The data is uploaded. The assassins breach the server room. Statham and Maya are surrounded, with no hope of escape. But they have accomplished their mission. They have exposed the conspiracy, and they have set in motion a chain of events that will change the world forever. They exchange a look of understanding, a silent acknowledgement of their shared sacrifice. They have fought the good fight, and they have won. Even if they don't survive, their actions will have a lasting impact. The assassins prepare to execute them, but just as they are about to pull the trigger, a sudden explosion rocks the compound. The building begins to crumble, and chaos erupts. The authorities have arrived, alerted by the uploaded data and ready to bring the conspirators to justice. Rand ID 8F51. With the data uploaded and the authorities alerted, the carefully constructed world of the conspirators begins to crumble. The exposure triggers a global firestorm, with media outlets around the world reporting on the shocking revelations. The individuals involved in the conspiracy are immediately exposed, their names and faces plastered across every news channel. They are identified as the masterminds behind a vast network of corruption, deceit, and violence. The consequences are swift and devastating. Heads of state are forced to resign in disgrace, their careers and reputations ruined. Influential media moguls are stripped of their power, their empires collapsing under the weight of public scrutiny. Shadowy figures who operated from behind the scenes are dragged into the light, their secrets exposed for all to see. Law enforcement agencies around the world launch investigations, arresting the conspirators and seizing their assets. The wheels of justice begin to turn, slowly but surely. The global economy is thrown into turmoil as the corrupt financial institutions are exposed and their illicit activities are revealed. Markets crash, currencies plummet, and the world teeters on the brink of economic collapse. But amidst the chaos and uncertainty, there is a sense of hope. The exposure of the conspiracy has cleared the way for a new era of transparency and accountability. The world is waking up, realizing the extent of the corruption and demanding change. The individuals involved in the conspiracy face immediate consequences. They are stripped of their power, their wealth, and their freedom. They are ostracized by society, their names forever tarnished by their actions. Some attempt to flee, to escape justice, but they are hunted down and brought to trial. Others choose to take their own lives, unable to face the shame and humiliation of their exposure. The downfall of the conspirators is complete. Their reign of terror is over, and the world is finally free from their grasp. However, the fight for justice is not over. There are still remnants of the conspiracy lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to rise again. The world must remain vigilant, determined to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. The information Maya uploaded has struck a powerful blow. The conspiracy's back is broken, even if the mopping up operation will take some time. RAN ID 31B3. Even as the authorities secure the compound and the conspirators face the consequences of their actions, one loose end remains. The cleaner. Though Statham incapacitated him, the cleaner is resourceful and driven by a twisted sense of duty. He escapes custody, determined to exact revenge on Statham and silence Maya once and for all. He tracks Statham and Maya to a remote location, a temporary safe house where they are lying low while the dust settles. He's been wounded, but his resolve is unwavering. He's a predator, and he's closing in on his prey. The cleaner confronts Statham in a final, brutal showdown. It's a clash of titans, a battle between two highly skilled operatives, each driven by their own code of honor. The fight is intense and visceral, a brutal display of hand-to-hand combat. Statham and the cleaner exchange blows, each testing the other's limits. They use their environment to their advantage, utilizing whatever is at hand as a weapon. The fight is not just physical. It's also psychological. The cleaner taunts Statham, reminding him of his past failures, his fallen comrades, and the innocent lives he couldn't save. He tries to break Statham's spirit, to undermine his resolve. But Statham refuses to be broken. He's fueled by a desire to protect Maya, to ensure that she's safe and that the truth prevails. He fights with a ferocity and determination that surprises even himself. The fight is evenly matched, but Statham's experience and his unwavering focus give him the edge. He anticipates the cleaner's moves, countering his attacks and exploiting his weaknesses. The fight culminates in a climactic moment, a test of strength and will. Statham and the cleaner grapple, each trying to gain the upper hand. They are both exhausted, wounded, and battered, but they refuse to give up. Finally, Statham manages to gain the upper hand. He delivers a decisive blow, incapacitating the cleaner and bringing the fight to an end. He stands over his fallen opponent, exhausted but victorious. He knows that the cleaner is not dead, but he's no longer a threat. He's been defeated, and he will face justice for his crimes. Statham has finally put an end to the conspiracy, ensuring that Maya is safe and that the truth has prevailed. Rand ID B5A2. With the cleaner defeated, Statham collapses against a wall, exhausted and battered. He's pushed himself to his limits, both physically and emotionally. He's fought his demons and emerged victorious. Maya rushes to his side, tending to his wounds. She's grateful for his protection, for his unwavering commitment to her safety. She knows that she owes him her life. The immediate threat is over. The conspirators have been exposed, the assassins have been defeated, and the world is finally safe from their grasp. But the scars of the battle will remain, both for Statham and for Maya. Statham has ensured Maya's safety, fulfilling his promise to protect her. He's found a measure of redemption, a chance to atone for the sins of his past. He's proven to himself that he's not just a killer, that he's capable of compassion and sacrifice. But he knows that he can't stay. He's a ghost, a shadow, and he doesn't belong in this new world of transparency and accountability. He needs to return to his solitude, to find peace and solace in the wilderness. He knows that Maya will be safe, that she will be protected by the authorities and supported by the public. She's a hero, a symbol of hope, and she will be celebrated for her courage and her determination. He prepares to leave. Knowing that this is the end of their journey together, he offers Maya a few words of advice, urging her to use her skills for good, to continue fighting for truth and justice. He tells her that she's strong, that she's capable of anything she sets her mind to. He tells her that she's changed his life, that she's given him a reason to believe in the future. He says goodbye, and then he disappears into the shadows, leaving Maya to face her destiny. He knows that she will be fine, that she will make a difference in the world. He knows that he has done his part, and that it's time for him to move on. The immediate threat is over, but the fight for justice is not. There will always be those who seek to exploit and oppress, and it will be up to people like Maya to stand up and fight for what's right. Statham knows that she's up to the challenge, that she has the strength and the courage to make a difference. He leaves with a sense of peace, knowing that he has done his part to make the world a better place. Rand ID 3FA6. With Statham gone, Maya is left to navigate a world forever changed by her actions. Her name is cleared, she is hailed as a hero, and she has the world at her feet. But she knows that the fight for justice is far from over. She reflects on her journey, from a rebellious teenager hacking for thrills to a digital warrior fighting for truth and justice. She realizes that her skills are a powerful weapon, and she has a responsibility to use them for good. She decides to dedicate her life to exposing corruption and fighting for justice. She establishes a foundation, using her hacking skills to uncover wrongdoing and bring the perpetrators to justice. She assembles a team of like-minded individuals, hackers, journalists, and activists, all dedicated to fighting for a better world. They work in the shadows, using their skills to expose corruption and hold the powerful accountable. They uncover evidence of government corruption, corporate greed, and human rights abuses. They leak the information to the media, triggering investigations and holding the perpetrators accountable. They face constant threats and attacks, but they refuse to be intimidated. They are driven by a sense of purpose, a belief that they can make a difference in the world. Maya becomes a symbol of hope for the oppressed and marginalized. She inspires others to stand up and fight for what's right. She proves that even one person can make a difference, that even a teenager can change the world. She never forgets Statham, the man who saved her life and inspired her to use her skills for good. She knows that he's out there, somewhere, watching over her, proud of what she's accomplished. She often wonders if their paths will ever cross again, but she knows that even if they don't, their bond will endure. They are connected by a shared experience, a shared commitment to truth and justice. Maya continues to fight the good fight, using her hacking skills to expose corruption and make the world a better place. She's a digital warrior, a force to be reckoned with, and she's determined to win. Her journey has just begun, and she's ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. Rand ID F370. Statham, having found a measure of redemption in protecting Maya, cannot remain in the spotlight. He is a creature of the shadows, most comfortable operating outside the bounds of society. The world now knows his face, making his old life impossible. He knows that his purpose was to protect Maya, to ensure that she could expose the truth and make a difference in the world. He has accomplished his mission, and he can now return to his solitary existence. He disappears as quietly as he appeared. Leaving no trace behind, he doesn't seek recognition or gratitude. He simply vanishes, fading back into the shadows, content knowing that he has done the right thing. He returns to his secluded cabin in the wilderness, seeking solace in the simplicity of nature. He resumes his routine, chopping wood, fishing, and maintaining his isolated home. But something has changed. He's no longer haunted by the ghosts of his past. He's found a measure of peace, knowing that he has atoned for his sins. He occasionally checks in on Maya, using his skills to monitor her progress and ensure her safety. He's proud of what she's accomplished, inspired by her courage and her determination. He knows that she's a force to be reckoned with, that she's capable of anything she sets her mind to. He trusts that she will continue to fight for justice and make the world a better place. He doesn't need to be there to protect her. He knows that she's strong enough to protect herself. He has given her the tools and the inspiration she needs to succeed. He's content to watch from a distance, knowing that he has played a small part in her journey. He has found redemption in protecting her, and he can now return to his solitary existence with a clear conscience. He disappears back into the shadows, leaving Maya with a newfound sense of purpose. She knows that he's out there, somewhere, watching over her, proud of what she's accomplished. She carries his memory with her, a reminder of the importance of fighting for truth and justice. She knows that he will always be a part of her life, even though they are separated by distance and circumstance. She continues to fight the good fight, inspired by his example and grateful for his sacrifice. He remains a guardian angel, even from afar. Rand ID 6791. The final scene shows Maya standing in her new office, a sleek, modern space filled with advanced technology and dedicated to fighting for justice. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating her face. She's no longer the rebellious teenager hacking for thrills. She's a confident and determined young woman, ready to take on the world. She's learned a lot about herself, about the power of her skills, and about the importance of fighting for what's right. She looks out at the city, a sprawling metropolis teeming with life and opportunity. She knows that her life has changed forever, that she can never go back to the way things were. She's grateful for the experiences she's had, even the dangerous and terrifying ones. They have shaped her into the person she is today, a person who is determined to make a difference in the world. She thinks of Statham, the man who saved her life and inspired her to use her skills for good. She knows that he's out there, somewhere, watching over her, proud of what she's accomplished. She's determined to live up to his expectations, to honor his memory by continuing to fight for truth and justice. She knows that the fight will be long and difficult, but she's ready for the challenge. She turns back to her computer, ready to get to work. She has a new case to investigate, a new conspiracy to expose. She's a digital warrior, and she's determined to win. She smiles, a confident and determined smile. She's ready to face the future, knowing that she has the skills, the courage, and the support she needs to make a difference in the world. The camera pans out, showing Maya surrounded by her team, all working together to fight for a better world. They are a force to be reckoned with, a beacon of hope in a world of darkness. The final shot is of Maya's computer screen, showing lines of code and complex algorithms. She's in her element, using her skills to uncover wrongdoing and bring the perpetrators to justice. The film fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of hope and inspiration. The fight for justice continues, and Maya is leading the charge. She has changed the world, and she's just getting started. The end.